And we are live.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Beer with the Boss. And this is a special one because we're live on YouTube and X. We are broadcasting this episode live, but we will also have the recorded version. So anything that we say here that it's not very nice, our editor will make sure to cut and so the final version is family friendly and everybody can still like us. I'm Rodrigo Matos, and here with me I have the boss himself, Joe Zamboni. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Hey, Rodrigo, how are you? Yeah, today we are live, so let's see how this thing works. I mean, we're testing. The idea is someday go live on LinkedIn, where we have, at least personally, right, we have most of our network there. But for now, I think we're going to start in the platforms where we have like three subscribers, so we don't mess up too much. I mean, they still can find the video later, but at least we hope it will be better. But yeah, thank you, Rodrigo, for the introduction. We are here today. So, what are you drinking today? Nothing?
Well, as we're live, people will know that it's like not even 6 o'clock here, and in your case, it's like 45. So I'm not drinking anything. I'm drinking water today,
Yeah,
getting
me too.
getting ready for the end of the year holidays. I have
Yeah,
family coming from England, so you know that the English they like their beers. So my father-in-law, with my father-in-law, I'll definitely drink a lot during the holidays. So trying to take it easy the beginning of December. And you're drinking water as well, from what I could
yeah,
see, aren't you?
yeah. Drinking water too. You know what I love about the healthcare system of England?
What is that?
It's not that it's free, is that anything that my doctor say in US that I cannot use with alcohol, I just go search there and they allow.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you cannot drink. I go search on the England and then you can.
NHS. Yeah,
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 anything. Like, no, you cannot use alcohol with this medicine. Yeah, let me search on NHS. Yeah, you can.
yeah. It's it's funny. Like, of course, like Ireland is not part of the UK anymore. I mean, like the Republic of Ireland, right? Northern Ireland is still part of the UK. But when I was spending some time in Ireland, I remember that there is this like very famous college there called Trinity College. I think it's one of the most like famous ones and one of the oldest ones in Europe as well. They have like this big exam at the end of the year, and apparently to this day you can request a pint, so you can stop the exam and say, "Hey, I would like to have my pint now." So they will give you, they have to give you a pint of Guinness or like of your like lager or whatever you want to drink. So that's why I love, Irish people and like the UK and British people. They know how to live. In
Yeah,
Brazil, we say like every time the doctor like prescribes you antibiotics, there is one question that everybody asks, right? Is like, can I drink while I
yeah.
while I
Just
have
go to the
it?
NHS page, man. They figured it out. They
Yeah.
have it figured out. I was like, no, you can't drink. It's like, oh God. Then I search and you see that they allow there. I don't know what they do there, but anyway.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So Joel, this is our second episode of a series that we're doing regarding workplace myths, right? That we are discussing, like either debunking them or not. Our last episode was about that. It was very well received. We got great feedback from our audience, and so we're like having a doing a second one today. So I want to start like giving you some statements, and then you're gonna tell me if you think if it's truth or if it's a myth. Sound good?
Yeah, we tried that, but you have to say this also here. Not like
I will try. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
try my
That's the
best.
idea. Like
Again, if I say
let's
anything that we don't like, or if you say something that you don't like, our editor will
yeah,
cut.
yeah.
All
I'll
right.
cut this thing.
All right. I want to start with the first one, Joe. Startups are always more innovative than big corporations. What do you think? True? or myth?
That is I mean, somehow there is this question that, like, even in our products and service, we say revenue protection or revenue creation. So when you have a business, established business, you making $10, and then someone come with an innovative idea that is the same business as yours, but they are making like $2 now, but it's like much better than your service. So like the car industry, right? The electric cars. The cars are like everybody's buying. Most of people, no, I don't think in US yet it's true, but some people are buying electric cars. But would all the industry stop making gas cars to make electric? No, right? There's still a market, so it's a balance. So I guess the idea is startups can be more innovative because they'll be allowed to fail, right? More. Uh, does that means that they will always innovate more? No, I think like 1 in 10 or something like that, or even less, like 1 in 20. I don't know what's the average, but startups more fail than big corporations. Like I think after 5 years, the number of companies that fail is like 3% or so. So you have you like 97% of the companies failed before complete 5 years, right? It's a huge separate, like a divisor, right? You have. So I believe they are more innovate, but they fail much more than. So yeah, I think it's true. What do you think?
I actually don't know. I think like big corporations might have more budgets to burn, so they can like have a team that will work on new projects. Like startups usually don't even have an R&D team, right? Like everybody does a little bit of everything and wears different hats, while a big corporation will potentially have the budgets to have like a team that will work on innovation. But yeah, at the same time, usually a startup will take more risks at the beginning because the fall will be not as, I don't know, not as many people will be impacted. I don't know. It's a difficult question. You expect startups to innovate, right? And
Yeah, I
but
heard
I guess
once.
big
I heard a
corporations can do it as well.
story.
So I don't know.
Once I heard a story about uh, like an example. If you're going from a city to another one, right? You go from, I don't know, from here Washington to New York. You go by driving, then you take like, I don't know, 6 hours. Then you go. Someone invented the, or like horse, right? Horse you take like, I don't know, two weeks. Then you drive 6 hours. Then you go by train. You get like 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know, something like that. Then you go by plane. Then it's like half an hour. So the question is, how much can a company? What's the size of the innovation, right? Because like what we live with the big companies, they want to keep milking the cow, right? They are making money with something. They want to keep that money coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that the level of innovation, the risk taking on a big corporation is smaller than on 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 a startup, right? Because they it's like nature. Like if you get like the vaccines, right? We have Pfizer and the other company, I forgot the name, that was a startup.
Mm,
The I forgot the
isn't
other
that
company.
Johnson Johnson?
No, no, no. It was the same idea, the same concept they use. Let me see if I find it. COVID vaccine. Was it?
AstraZeneca, something
No,
like that.
Pfizer, Moderna.
No?
Moderna. Moderna
Okay.
had
Hmm.
was a startup basically, which had some medicine, but they were exploring the, the, the technology much earlier than Pfizer. Uh, what happened is when they had developed the vaccine, but Pfizer had the capacity to produce, then they end up like delivering more. Like Pfizer was able to deliver much more than Moderna because of their capacity, their size, right? Though they had, I think, one of the two guys who invented the technology. One worked at Moderna, and another one worked in Pfizer. In Pfizer, I think it was like a man and a guy, a man and a woman. The woman was like in the corner lab trying to invent something, trying to use the technology to do something, and then Moderna was the core of the company using that technology. That uh, again, I forgot the name, but that was like the innovation, the RNA vaccines, right? The RNA vaccines. So if we relied only on Pfizer, we probably wouldn't have the vaccine because Moderna was further in the testing. But uh, and the same technology was in both companies. They just one was like is my core technology I want to implement, and the other one was like that's my view also, right? I don't know if that's real true, but I think even Moderna now is suing Pfizer because of it. So, I mean, I think the level of innovation, the risk taking, is what dictators not only the volume, maybe big companies, but like the size of innovation, like the lamp or the plane or the those have to be like risk takers, which corporations are not risk takers.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'd like to hear from you listening to us. Leave in the comments, leave your opinion. What do you think? Are startups more innovative than corporations or not? Is it a myth or is it true? Awesome, Joe. Let's jump to the next statement, to the next myth or true. Um, Success requires sacrificing work life balance. Myth or true?
It's true. I think it's like, I mean, depends what you call life, right? I think we're discussing one other day was like, yeah, life is hard, but what do you think that you came to do in life? Just watch nature, travel. You came to achieve something. You came to change the world, to improve things, to live it better than it when you got here. So you have to do something. So it's not a choice, right? I think that's my belief at least. So yeah, I don't think it is a bad thing. Uh, it's just something that happens. Like it's normal. Life is this. What I don't know what people is expecting, but you have to work like 8 hours. You have to change the world, and you have to have kids, and you have to live. Like there's very few people that don't do that compared with the others to do, right? You like we are like if we get to, I think there's this meme on the internet this recently that you have to have like your each one of us had two parents, four grandparents, eight grandparents, and goes back, right? You have when you go enough back, you have like a million people just to you to be alive. So, dude, and their lives were like in the jungle. So, do something with your opportunity. What do you think?
That's hard, right? First, I would like to address that we're getting some messages from people listening to us saying that the quality is not the best in this live stream. But We know it's the first time, guys. It's gonna be better. You're gonna figure it out. Like a shout out to Otavio. Otavio just sent me a message from Otavio
Oh,
works
okay.
with us. We're better. Um, yeah, Joe. I don't know. I guess we have to start. And this is. I don't want to open a can of worms and to make this like very philosophical. But first, like, what is success, right? Like, I guess every person has their different
Yeah, and
idea
it's
of
good.
success, right?
It is good.
And this is a good thing. Yeah. If we're talking like professional success requires you to sacrifice work-life balance, I think so, right? If you want to like be to have like this executive career, or if you want to have your own business and be like an entrepreneur, it's difficult to keep work-life balance, right? My dissertation at university, actually, when I finished when I graduated, was about work-life balance and like the search for happiness. And I didn't get to a conclusion on that because this is such a controversial and kind of personal thing to understand what is success for you, what is happiness in your life, what is success in your life. Uh, and this brings me to a second topic that I was going to ask you. There is this statement like employees should keep their personal lives out of work. Uh, it's difficult for me to separate these two worlds, right? Your personal life and your professional life. I think if you are someone in your work and somebody different with your family, I'm not saying that you're a psychopath because of course we don't say like um I don't know. We kind of say like some stuff sometimes, but we're not completely open at work sometimes about like politics or religion, because these are the kind of things that maybe they don't have space on the workplace. But who you are in your essence, I think you end up being or the same person, right, in your personal life and in your work life. So I don't know, but it seems to me that if you aim for like to be an entrepreneur, be successful in your career, and like to really thrive professionally, it's difficult not to sacrifice work-life balance in terms of spending more time with your family, if that's what work-life balance is, right? Because you will end up working long hours. You'll have to sacrifice time with your family, weekends. There's no way you or you're very lucky, and I don't know a way to do that. I don't know if you do, but I don't.
No, no, that's was my point. Like when you're talking about having two different personalities, like work and the home, that was my point at the beginning. Is like I don't think there is a work-life balance. Like I think you have one life. Is like is I think we kind of agree in different points. Like uh, having your being accomplished in your work is part of your life, as being accomplished with your family is part of your life. So it's not like something that uh, like what the I'm questioning the idea that you have to have a balance when you need to be accomplishing both, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it is it you're gonna pursue, oh, I'm gonna work just 8 hours a day and then the rest of 8 hours I'm gonna work with go with my family, or no, it will be I don't know, I will be like 16 hours at work. No, that's not like, but like when you get kids, right? If you stay, like my kids are teenagers now, most of them, right? Two twins are not yet. Like they have their own lives, they want their own things, right? It's hard to us to participate in their life. They have their own friends and things like that, so they want a time for them, for their lives. They're starting their lives, so there's a limit which I can stay with them right now, and that will go just diminish through. And that happens to me when I was growing up. And then so it was like then your wife, or there's the same thing, she has things to do, and then friends and other things. So there is a limitation. Not is not. It, I think is more of the quality of the time that we spend either working or with our family than the amount. I would say. Uh, that's one part, right? But also you have like your religion or faith or something, like you have to spend some time with this or meditating or reading books about science, whatever you're happy with. So uh, it's about quality. I think how much quality you give, then you'll be successful, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're saying the same thing. Uh, it is a very complex thing, though, right? It is. Every person will have a different understanding of this, like what success is, what is happiness, what is this balance. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, cool. I don't know if we have time for one more or not.
I don't think so. I think we're about 20 minutes. So yeah, I think it's
Okay,
okay.
we can save the rest for another episode of the same series.
Yeah.
Uh, I still have basically the same amount of water I started the
Yeah, me
episode. I don't
too.
know why. When it's water, I don't really drink. When it's beer, like I always end the episode with no beer. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great experience. Like having it live. Like probably we can improve a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think it
have
was great.
to find the internet. Find a way to record this, like not record, but like improve our bandwidth or something like that to make sure that we are live
Yeah,
correctly. All right.
awesome.
Thank you, Rodrigo, so
Thank you,
much
Joe.
for the questions. Appreciate, guys. Appreciate you watch this live, and will watch us futurely. We're gonna publish probably a week from now this one because we're gonna be edited. I'll go to Spotify and Apple, I guess it goes there. Since YouTube, no, YouTube will be there, and I'm not sure if X work. I don't think we have enough followers on X to allow us. Maybe I can post on. I mean, I tried, but it didn't go. And if you can follow us on LinkedIn, it'll be nice because when you hit 150 followers, we can do live streams on Peer the Boss. Also, that is one requirement.
Yeah, please follow us, help us. And we have this episode and probably one more this year, and then we're only gonna see you guys in 2025. But yeah, stay tuned. This episode goes live next week, and then we're gonna record a new one, probably an end of year episode, and then we'll we will post it by the end of the year, probably the last week of the year. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Joe. I'll see
Thank
you
you
in a
so much.
couple of years for maybe a beer or not.
Yeah,
Not,
we should
but
record
definitely
like
a good
Fridays
chat.
afternoon so we can make sure we're allowed to
Yeah.
drink. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Rodrigo.
Joe.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Uploading.